Ask Andre, back again to talk to you about this word, fear. I'm back in Chicago, and as you can see, it's a little chilly. 2 jackets on, got a Scully. I don't like the cold weather anymore, but I like it much better than being in a place of panic, a place of being overflooded and overwhelmed with fear, with distress, with lack of security. And I'm talking about, where I live in Florida. I'm blessed that my place there is okay, but many people are not in a good place, so we got to pray for them. But many of us, even if we're not in a disaster zone right now, we're still a disaster spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because we get flooded and overwhelmed with fear. Fear is such a strange creature. It puts you in a place where you're not on solid ground. Things look like they're regular, they look like they're normal, but they're not, because it's a spirit. It will totally take you over, totally take you off of your path, and you might think that you're still on the path, but all along you're walking with fear, and fear has you ready to fall off. So we're going to talk about 3 levels and signatures of fears. The first one is that it infiltrates, it captivates, and it incapacitates. It will get deep down inside of you and slowly infiltrate the deepest levels of your psyche, of your emotions, of your feelings, and of your thought. And once it gets there, it will captivate your imagination, your expectations, and even your proclamations, the things that you will let come out of your mouth that then reinforce the very thing that fear is trying to instill in you. And then for many people, it incapacitates. It will take you from a place where you would be able to do things, where you could stand up, where you could make things happen. But then all of a sudden, because that fear has taken root, you lay down. You're laying down in places where you should be standing up, places where you should be fighting for yourself, fighting for others, doing what you could do, but you cannot because of that fear. And once fear has you feeling cornered and in a box, that box then expands and spreads out, and you give out an atmosphere and vibrations and frequencies of fear, and you start to bring other people along with you. That's why it's so important to get fear under control, because once it gets its shoes on, once it starts running with you, you start to pass the proverbial rock and everyone gets affected around you. So point 2, don't let fear generate frequencies that decimate and trap you and others in its net. Point 3, fear formulates plans to inaugurate. It takes things and people and places that should not be in your space and in your face and gives them number 1 priority, puts them right there at the forefront and parked inside of spaces they should never be in. So in the next chapter, we're going to talk about ways to keep this from happening, ways to avoid fear being your master. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one.